Now the question is the Nitecore EC22 a great outdoor light? Let's take a look. Alright guys, so here you are taking a look at the Nitecore EC22. This is the full 1000 lumens that you're seeing here right now on the camera. I've got some trees really close to me and probably only 30 feet-ish, 40 feet from the trees right in the center of the frame. But I want to show you how the infinite adjustment, so the rotary dial that is on this flashlight functions. And so we're lowering down to that 0.5 lumens at your lowest setting. About right there. Hard to pick that up on the camera. But slowly, and that's the one like unique, cool feature about this is you have that infinite adjustment. So there's your 1000 lumens. Now what I want to do is compare this next to the Phoenix PD25, which happens to be my favorite flashlight currently. 550 lumens from the Phoenix. So there's your PD25. And there's your 1000 lumens from the Nitecore EC22. Alright, so let's go ahead, dive in, take a little bit deeper look at the specs, features, and the overall build of the EC22 from Nitecore. Guys, really it's a fantastic light. It's made well, it's got cool features to it, it's good quality, it's all of those things that you would expect from a Nitecore product. However, if I'm being totally frank and honest with you, not my favorite light. I'm actually pretty disappointed and underwhelmed by the type of application that I would use this light for. So let's go ahead and talk about the things that I'm not overly excited about when it comes to the feature aspects of this light and how other flashlights that I use really trump this in what it's capable of doing and its uses. So now looking at the body of the flashlight here, the main aspect, the feature to this, the selling point is that Nitecore has put this rotary type of dial which gives you that infinite variability for lumen output by just turning the dial to be able to go from 0.5 lumens to 1000 lumens. However, the issue with this for me is it's pretty difficult, and with gloves it would be not really easy to operate. And the dial is not super responsive in that you have to turn it about maybe a quarter turn, and then you hear that slight click. And when you do that, it doesn't have a lot of feel to it. Now, for me, that's an important thing because I want to know that I can feel the light turning on, especially if this is in my pocket. And that gets into another aspect of this is when I have had this in my pocket or in a backpack rolling around, this has turned on, and it's not enough of a force needed to be able to turn that on, to be able to keep it from turning on. And so they do say that go ahead and turn the tail cap a little bit so that it doesn't turn on. For me, if I'm using this as an everyday light, which I would not use this as an everyday light, this is something that goes in my house. It is for power outages, it is for emergency kind of situations. However, this rotary dial I'm just not super psyched on. So the fact that in order to keep it from turning on, accidentally turning on, is I have to turn the tail cap, which, I mean, that's fine, I guess, but if this was an everyday carry light, that would be a total deal breaker for me. Another thing that I wish that was just standard on every flashlight now, because they're available, they're not that much more expensive, but I've got a rechargeable battery here. However, if I purchase this, I have to purchase an additional charger to be able to charge this battery. And I hate having additional charging devices that require me to make my flashlights function. So for example, there are flashlights batteries. This is an 18650 battery, 3400 milliamps, so that's a great amount of milliamp hours, and so it's going to give you a long period of battery life. However, there will be like a mini USB port here to be able to charge the battery, and that would be my preference as opposed to the company saving a little bit money on that kind of thing, and then having to require you to purchase a additional battery charger to be able to have a long-term function use out of this light. The other thing that they could do is just put the USB recharging port onto the light, and you save money by not having those things. However, as somebody that doesn't want to have to carry extra chargers and things like that, this is another reason that it stays in the house. It doesn't come outdoors with me because I don't have a good, reliable way to keep it charged without carrying extra things. A few of the technical specs here: 0.5 lumens to 1000 lumens. They are using a Cree XPL HD V6 LED in this, and so that gives you that max output of 1000 lumens. It does have a Awesome Reflector on it, so it gives a really good like beam distance. In fact, that beam distance is going to be 185 meters, and this does have a IPX8 2-meter waterproof rating for it, so that's a nice benefit to this. Most of the lights I see are like an IPX6, something like that, down to like 1 meter. So it's got a little bit higher waterproof rating, and so it's also going to be good impact resistance and still be a good, reliable light in that case. So really, it is a great light, and I'm happy with it. However, as I've explained, there's aspects to it that don't make it necessarily a great functional light compared to some of the other lights that I have, like the two Phoenix lights, particularly the PD35 Tactical that I have, which is really, to me, the ultimate flashlight in this 18650 size of body for a flashlight. So EC22 from Nitecore. Check it out for yourselves. I think it's a great option for something to have in your house as an emergency for power outages, but I don't think that it is a good EDC light. It's not a great light to have as an outdoor use, because prolonged use in the outdoors doesn't really provide a great convenient way to recharge the battery. The rotary dial, it's a pretty cool feature. It's a great concept. However, I still am a huge fan of tail switches. The one benefit to this is it is going to stand on its end, which is a nice plus, especially being power outage kind of situations where it's just going to stand on its tail and light up a room as needed. So there you go. Like I said before, EC22 from Nitecore. Check it out, guys. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't. As always, have an awesome day.